Okay. So thank you all for coming. It's nice to be here again. My name is Christian Campbell. I'm with the Texas Department of Agriculture with the Community Development Block Grant. Be giving you all some more info about the Rural Outreach and Wellness Program. Um, we are doing this in partnership with the State Office of Rural Health and local hospital districts and local governments spread throughout the state. And on this next slide here, we actually have a map that kind of that one. So as you can see, a lot of hospitals expressed interest throughout the state. Um, we are doing this with SOAR. And the idea here is we basically want to help local governments or local communities and their hospital districts to kind of ease any sort of backlog that they may have. So these vehicles, they'd be intended to fill gaps in primary care. So they wouldn't act as like EMS type stuff, but they'd be doing like house calls, helping individuals who may be out in the sticks and aren't able to easily get to a clinic or something like that, as well as doing outreach. So education, community engagement, things like that. So it'd be everything other than EMS, and it would hopefully kind of ease any sort of workload that the EMS may be experiencing. Kind of have some more info about that on the next slide. Yes. A couple more before, yeah. There's one more before, yeah. Oh, that one, yes. Uh, that's all right. Yeah, so that's kind of just basically everything I just said. So challenging social determinants can also include disabled folks, veterans, things like that, and community engagement and things like that, and just affect we've done studies that have shown that these type of services are effective in reducing readmissions as well as improving patient outcomes. So there's a direct benefit to the clientele as well. Oh yeah. And so these will be what the vehicles kind of look like. So that is a Ford Explorer. This is a similar program we did with other communities for EMS. These won't be for EMS, but they will look similar to that. And as you can see, that they have decals on it. So we have the Department of Agriculture Rural Community Health Program decal on it. The administrators should be in their procurement being able to find dealers who are able to put that on, or at least some other service is able to put that on. At this point, to my understanding, we're kind of leaving it up to the local communities to get their own decals on. That should be something like a small purchase procurement. But yeah, so that'll be what the vehicles look like. It is through our two offices, and think it'll be a great addition to any sort of fleet that you'll have. All right, so next slide. No, so no, well, the hospitals are, yes, ma'am. So we've identified 18 hospital districts that have expressed interest. We've only had 12 come back and confirm that they would like to participate. We're hoping a few more come in. Yes, correct. Yeah, yes. Okay, so one grant recipient, this will be Smithville, will act as the anchor community. So was here a few weeks ago to talk about that. The administrator has already been identified, and they're at work right now, getting the application in and doing the procurement. So the way it'll work is once the application is turned in and the vehicles have been identified, local governments as well as the hospital districts will sign and return acknowledgement of benefits forms to TDA. And this basically acts as an acknowledgement of what kind of services y'all will be receiving and what sort of requirements are set out by them. So reporting, it is a 5-year grant, and that there will be reporting for those 5 years. Another thing is that the hospital districts will have to sign a subrecipient agreement in between themselves and the city of Smithville. And for all intents and purposes, these subrecipients, this will act as their grant agreement. It kind of lays out all the details that they'll be adhering to, requirements such as storage, insurance, maintenance, and things like that. The estimated amount is based off of that 18 figure. So we got a little over $1 million. we did our own procurement research and guesstimated that it should be around 50,000, as well as 50,000 for administrative costs. So each of these vehicles will be approximately 50,000. No match is required on Smithville's end or anyone else's end. So responsibilities of Smithville, kind of touched up on that already here a little bit. Public hearing, why we're all here. Online application is currently in progress. So we're hoping to get that turned in by the end of the month, at which point we have estimated start date of October 1st. But we're hoping to get that application in by the end of this month, at which point they'll enter an agreement with TDA. And as long as those vehicles have been procured by then, we should be ready to start entering into those subrecipient agreements and getting those acknowledgements turned in. So, and that's kind of what, again, the documentation, just the acknowledgement and the subrecipient agreements will have to be turned in. The vehicles, it's up to the administrator to procure the vehicles and signage, and then just having to meet all the standard CDBG requirements. So again, just acknowledgement of CDBG services by the partnering community for the local government. This doesn't look like too long of a document. The health services provider one looks very similar. I know David Rivera from the State Office of Rural Health has already sent some out to local hospital districts. Have y'all seen anything like that? No? Okay. I can ask him to go ahead and forward that over to y'all. It's just a little bit more beefier than the local government one. It has a little bit more into it. But it's basically just acknowledging, again, what y'all will be doing with the vehicles. So once the vehicles have been acquired by Smithville, the title will be transferred over to the hospital district. And we're kind of leaving that up to the hospital district and city of Smithville to kind of coordinate that between themselves. And the idea is that the hospital district would come and pick these vehicles up from Smithville, which in the meantime, before they're able to do that, Smithville will have to be responsible for any sort of maintenance or insurance, but that wouldn't hopefully not take too long. And then again, just the reports for every 5 years. And so that's kind of just a visualization of the process I just described, where the funds are coming from TDA, the State Office of Rural Health, and CDBG. They're heading towards the anchor community of Smithville, at which point, once every application has been finalized and procurement done, then it will go to the subrecipients or the hospital districts. Local governments will be made aware of it, but they, aside from turning in their acknowledgement form, they have no responsibility other than turn that in. So that should be the general overview of our program. Was there any questions?
Will TDA be the collecting the reports, or will it be up to Smithville to collect the reports from the subrecipients?
So it will be through the State Office of Rural Health. All right. Was there any more questions before I head out? Are we good? I hope so. Yeah. Yes, as of right now, we've received 12 acknowledgements. We're hoping that a few more come in. But because we did a survey and 18 people came back and said we're interested, but so far only 12. But
Can I tell them about the cars, the planned local or not? Yeah, so one of the great things that TDA is allowing the city of Smithville to do is to shop local. Unfortunately, we don't have a car dealership in Smithville, but we have several in Bastrop County. So I'm going to give notice to those dealers for the opportunity that they have to provide 18 or 12 cars going forward. And I imagine between now and Christmas, end of year sale, you could really leverage better deals. although the type of vehicle they're looking for, Dodge Durango, Ford Explorer, the police interceptor model, are about 44 to 47,000. So right there in the window with a $50,000 grant opportunity, not to exceed $1 million.
Mhm. Yeah, we did leave a little cushion just in case there was a little bit of our discrepancy. We did that initial research in like April, so prices may change a little bit, but hopefully that cushion should make up for it. And I did send Langford a copy of that research that we did. Have they shared that with y'all or? Okay, I can send that over to you when I get back.
And the cost to Smithville, the administrative cost of managing this grant, the state's picking up. And Langford came in where they needed to come in, and they're a great organization to work with, as is the TDA CDBG.
Very excited to work with Smithville again and with Langford. We work with them on a lot of projects as well. So got a great team there.
Thank you.